Once upon a time, there was a young monk who was struggling to focus on his meditation. He would often find his mind wandering, creating all sorts of different scenarios. He would imagine himself being a great warrior, defeating all of his enemies. He would imagine himself being a wealthy merchant, with all the riches he could ever want. He would imagine himself being a powerful ruler, with everyone bowing to his command. One day, the monk went to his teacher and asked for help. "Master," he said, "I can't seem to focus on my meditation. My mind is always wandering." The teacher smiled. "That is because you are trying too hard," he said. "When you try to force your mind to be still, it will only resist. Instead, let your mind wander. But don't get caught up in the stories it creates. Just observe them, without judgment." The monk tried this, and he found that it helped. He was still able to create all sorts of different scenarios in his head, but he didn't get caught up in them. He simply observed them and let them go. Over time, the monk's focus improved. He was able to meditate for longer periods of time, and he found that he was able to be more present in the moment. He was no longer so caught up in the past or the future. He was simply living in the here and now. One day, the monk was meditating when he had a breakthrough. He realized that all of the different scenarios he had been creating in his head were just that, scenarios. They weren't real. The only thing that was real was the present moment. The monk was so happy with this realization. He felt like a weight had been lifted off of his shoulders. He was finally free from the stories his mind had been creating. He was able to focus on the present moment and enjoy life. The moral of the story is that it's okay to have thoughts and to imagine different scenarios. However, it's important to not get caught up in them. We should simply observe our thoughts and let them go. The only thing that is real is the present moment, so we should focus on that and enjoy life. Our minds are constantly creating stories. These stories can be about the past, the future, or even about things that are not real. When we get caught up in these stories, we can lose sight of the present moment. We can become anxious about the future or regretful about the past. The key to living a happy and fulfilling life is to learn to let go of these stories. We can do this by simply observing them and not judging them. When we learn to let go of our stories, we can be more present in the moment. We can appreciate the beauty of the world around us and enjoy the simple things in life.